how delicious.
Well, I better get started in the kitchen now.
Oh, I wish you could stay for dinner.
I'm trying out a new recipe.
Well, I'll be in to help you, Martha. Well, I feel so much better now. Oh, you have to wait for Elaine, don't you? Oh, how happy you must be. Well, I'll leave you alone with your thoughts.
Oh, it's you.
But don't be cross, darling. Father could see I was excited, so I told him about this, and that made it hard for me to get away. But listen, he's not going to wait up for me tonight.
Well, look, you run along home and wait for me to call you up. I'll call you up tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Well, you know I always call you up every day or two.
But we're going to the theater tonight.
No, we're not, darling.
Well, why not?
Well, I'm just not covering the play tonight. That's all there is to it.
But certainly you can tell me what's happened.
No, I can't.
But if we're going to be married,
Married?
have you forgotten that not 15 minutes ago you proposed to me?
I did? I suppose that's still on. Now look. Run home and I'll call you up in a day or so.
Listen, you can't propose to me 1 minute and throw me out of the house the next.
Well, I'm not throwing you out of this house. Now, will you get out of here?
Not until I had some kind of explanation.
Elaine! Hello? Al? Hold on a minute. All right, I know it's important, but it can wait a minute. Hold on. Now look, Elaine, you're a sweet girl, and I love you. But I've got something very important on my mind, and I want you to leave and wait until I call.
Don't try to be masterful.
When we're married and I have problems to face, I hope you're less tedious and uninspired.
And when we're married, if we're married, I hope I find you adequate.
Elaine! 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 Hello, Al? 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 See you guys?
That's a doorbell, dear, not the telephone. Oh, how do you do?
I understand you got a room to rent.
Oh, yes. Do come in.
Hello?
Are you the lady of the house?
Yes, I'm Miss Brewster.
Let me
And
take
this is
that
my
over.
sister, another
See
Miss
you guys.
Brewster.
Al?
My name is Gibbs.
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong
Well,
number.
won't you sit down? I'm sorry, we were just setting the table for dinner.
May I see the room?
Why don't we sit down first and get better acquainted?
Hello,
It
see you
won't do
guys?
much good if I don't like the room.
Al?
Is Brooklyn your home?
Yeah, more.
Haven't got a home.
We got cut
Live in a
off.
hotel. Don't like it.
Al, I can't cover family tonight. That's all there is to it. I can't.
Haven't got any family.
All alone
What's
in the
George doing
world?
in Bermuda? Well, certainly I told him to go to Bermuda. It's my department, isn't
Well,
it?
you've come to just the right home. Do sit down.
Well, you've got to get somebody. Who else is around the office?
What church do you attend? There's an Episcopal church practically next door.
I'm Presbyterian. Used to be.
Well, there must be somebody around the place. Look out. How about the office boy? You know, the bright one?
Is there always this much noise?
Yes.
Well, look around the office.
I'd really like to see the room.
Oh, it's upstairs. But first, why don't you try a glass of our elderberry wine?
Never touch it.
Oh, we make this ourselves.
Did you say elderberry wine? I haven't tasted elderberry wine since I I was a boy. Thank you.
Well, there must be some critters around. Look, Al.
Do you have your own elderberry bushes?
You
No,
gotta
but
know
the
about
cemetery's
that,
full of
right?
them.
His name's Joe. He's the third machine on the left. But Al, he might
sure
not be able to
feels.
burns me out.
Oh, we might. But first, let's see what you think of our wine.
No, I'm not drinking, but I'm gonna start now.
Mortimer, not that. No. Not that.
Oh. You can't do things like that. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's not only against the law, it's wrong. People wouldn't understand. He wouldn't understand.
Abby, I think we shouldn't have told Mortimer.
What I'm saying is that this has turned into a very bad habit.
Mortimer, we don't try to stop you from doing things you like to do. I don't see why you should interfere with us.
Hello? Al? All right, I'll see the first act and I'll pan the hell out of it. But you've got to do me a favor. You got to get a hold of O'Brien, our lawyer. Yeah, the head of our legal department. You have to have him meet me at the theater. Now remember, don't let me down. Okay, I'm starting now. Look, I've got to go to the theater. I can't get out. But before I go, I want you to make just one little promise.
We have to know what it was first.
Darlings, I know that you love me, and I hope that you know I love you very much, and I just don't want anything to happen to you.
Oh, what on earth could happen to us?
Well, anyway, you'll make a promise. You won't let anyone in this house, you won't leave the house, and you'll leave Mr. Hoskins right where he is.
Why?
Well, I've got quite a bit to think about, but anyway, you'll do this for me, won't you?
Well, we were planning on holding services before dinner.
Services?
Certainly. You think we're going to bury Mr. Hoskins without a full Methodist service?
But can't that wait until I get back?
Oh. Then perhaps you could join us?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Mortimer, you'll really enjoy the services, especially the hymns. Oh, remember, Martha, how beautifully Mortimer used to sing in the choir before his voice changed?
I've got to get going, and there's a man I have to see. But before I go, do you have any paper? That'll be fine. I can save time if I write my review on the way to the theater. It's a promise.
Oh, my. Mortimer just didn't see himself today.
Well, that's understandable. Oh, I think I know why.
Why, dear?
Because he's just been engaged to be married. Oh, I suppose that always makes a man nervous.
Yes, I'm happy for Elaine. And I think this honeymoon will give Mortimer a bit of a vacation. He hasn't had one lately.
Well, at least he didn't go kiting off to China or Spain.
I never understood what he saw in those places.
Well, I think to Mortimer, the theater's pretty small potatoes. He needs something big to criticize, something like the human race.
Abby, since Mortimer's going to be coming back for service, we'll need another hymnal. There's one in my room, and I'll go get it.
Martha, I know it's really my turn to read the services tonight, but since you weren't here, I want you to do it.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, dear. But are you sure?
Well, it's only fair.
Well, I'll wear my black cape and mother's old brooch.
Well, I'll get that.
Here comes Mortimer. We wouldn't let anyone in.
Oh, who do you suppose it is?
I'll check. It's two men. I've never seen them before. Are you sure? There's a car out front. They must have come in that.
Let me look.
Come in, Doctor. Yes, this is the home of my youth. So many years I tried to escape it. Now it's kind of nice to escape back to it.
Yeah, Johnny, it's a fine hideout.
The family must still live here. There's something very unmistakably Brewster about the Brewsters. I wonder if there's a fatted calf awaiting the return of the prodigal.
Ah, I'm hungry, Johnny. Look, drinks. Here.
Almost as if we're expected. A good omen, I think.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Why, Aunt Abby. Aunt Martha. It's me, Jonathan.
You get out of here!
It's me, Jonathan. Your nephew?
No, you're not. You're nothing like Jonathan, so don't pretend you are. You just get out of here!
I am Jonathan. And this is Dr. Einstein.
He's not Dr. Einstein either.
Not Dr. Albert Einstein. This is Dr. Herman Einstein.
Who are you? You're not our nephew, Jonathan.
I see you're still wearing the garnet ring that Grandma brought back from London. And Martha, the high collar to cover the acid burns on your neck from Grandfather's laboratory.
His voice does sound like Jonathan.
Have you been in an accident?
What? No, my face. Dr. Einstein did this. He's a plastic surgeon. He changes people's faces.
But I've seen that face somewhere before. Abby, you remember when we went to the movies and I was so frightened? It was that face!
Easy, Johnny, easy. Don't worry, ladies. In the last 5 years, I give Johnny 3 new faces. And I give him another one real soon. And this face, well, I saw that movie too just before I operated. I might have been a little intoxicated too.
You see what you've done, Doctor? Even my own family.
Johnny, you're home now, in this beautiful house. Ladies, you don't know how often Johnny tells me about Brooklyn, this town, and the ants he loves so much. Johnny, they know it's you. You know it's Jonathan. Come, speak to him. Tell him so.
Jonathan? It's been a long time. What have you been doing with yourself all of these years?
Yes, Jonathan, where have you been?
Well, there was London, and South Africa, and Australia, and in the last 5 years, I was in Chicago. Dr. Einstein and I were in business together.
Oh, we were in Chicago for the World's Fair.
Yes, we found Chicago to be awfully warm.
Yeah, Chicago got a little hot for us too.
Well, Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, it's good to be home, and you look exactly as I remember you. Sweet, charming, and hospitable even. And Teddy, Doctor, my brother Teddy, he always wanted to be president. Did Teddy get into politics?
Teddy's fine, just fine. And Mortimer's well, too.
Oh, I know all about Mortimer. I see his picture at the head of his column every day. Looks like he's fulfilled his every nasty childhood nature.
We're very fond of Mortimer.
Well, Jonathan, it was so nice to have seen you again.
Bless you, Aunt Martha. It's good to be home.
Well, Martha, we mustn't let what's on the stove boil over.
Yes, if you'll excuse us, unless you're in a hurry to go somewhere.
Well, Johnny, where do we go from here? We gotta think of something quick. The police have got pictures of that face. We got to find somewhere to operate. And we gotta find a place for Mr. Spinozzo, too.
You don't give 2 worries about that, Brent.
But Charlie, we got a hot step on our hands.
I said, don't worry about Mr. Spinoza.
You can't leave a dead body in a rumble seat. You shouldn't have killed him. He was a nice fellow. He give us a lift, and then what?
He said I look like Boris Karloff. You did that to me, Doctor. This is your handiwork.
Don't worry, Johnny. We find a place. I fix you quick.
Yes, tonight.
Yeah, but I'm hungry. I need to eat. I'm weak.
Jonathan! We're very glad that you remembered us and took the trouble to stop in and say hello. But you were never happy in this house, and we were never happy while you were in it. So we've just come in to say goodbye.
Why, Aunt Abby, your feelings toward me, they come as no surprise. And I spent many hours regretting the heartache I gave you as a child.
You were quite a trial to us, Jonathan.
But my real regrets are for Dr. Einstein. You see, I told Dr. Einstein that no matter how quickly when we got to Brooklyn we had to rush through, that we would stop by and have some of Aunt Martha's wonderful home-cooked meals.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that won't be enough.
Abby is a pretty good-sized pot roast.
Then it's settled, Aunt Martha.
Well,
We're staying for dinner.
well, I guess we'll hurry it along then. Oh, if you want to freshen up, you can use the washroom in Grandfather's old laboratory.
Grandfather's laboratory. It's still there?
Oh, yes, it's just as he left it. Well, I'll go help Martha get things started, since we're all in a hurry.
Well, we get a meal anyway.
Grandfather's laboratory. And just as it was, it'd make a perfect operating room.
Yeah. Too bad you can't do it.
And when you're finished with me, Doctor, we could make a fortune. The operating room, the attic upstairs is a ward with 10 beds, and Brooklyn is crying for your talents, Doctor.
Why work yourself up, Johnny? Besides, for Brooklyn, I think we'd be a year too late.
No, Doctor. Practically everyone in Brooklyn could go for a new face.
Ah, but all the old faces already locked up.
Just a small percentage. And people in Brooklyn, they're known for paying heavily to stay out of jail.
But your aunts, they don't want us here.
We're staying for dinner, aren't we?
Yeah, but after dinner?
Leave that to me. This place, it'd be a great headquarters for years, Doctor.
That would be beautiful. This house, it's so quiet. Those sweet aunts of yours, I left them already. I go get the badge, yeah?
Doctor, we must be invited first.
But you just said,
We'll be invited.
and if we're not,
Doctor, two sweet, innocent old ladies.
yeah. You know, it's like comes true a beautiful dream. Only I hope you're not dreaming. Although this house, it is so peaceful.
That's what makes it so perfect, Doctor. This house is so peaceful.
George!
Yes, Auntie, those 5 years in Chicago were amongst the busiest and the happiest of our life.
Yeah, then from Chicago, we go to South Bend. Oh,
They would not be interested in our time in South Bend, Doctor.
Well, Jonathan, you've led a very interesting life, I'm sure. Well, we really shouldn't have allowed you to talk so late.
You know, my meeting Dr. Einstein in London changed my life. You see, if you remember, I was in the diamond market in South Africa. And then when I was in Amsterdam, I wanted to be in the diamond business. And when I wanted to go back, Dr. Einstein made that possible for me.
Yeah, that was a good job, Johnny. When they took the bandages off, his face looked so different, the nurse had to introduce me.
Matter of fact, I love that face so much, I actually carry a picture of it around in my billfold with me.
Well, I guess that does look sort of the way you used to look. But I still wouldn't know you.
I think we'll go back to that face, Doctor.
Yeah, you'd be safe now.
Well, I'm sure you both need to get to wherever it is you're going.
Oh, Aunt Abby, after a meal like that, there's no way I could possibly move another muscle.
Yeah, it is nice here.
After all, it's rather late.
I found it! I found it!
What did you find, Teddy?
Story of my life, my biography.
Eh?
Here's that picture I was telling you about, General. President Roosevelt and General Goebbels at the Labor Cup. That's me and that's you.
I like change.
Well, General, that's because this picture isn't been taken yet. That's the Labor Cup. We haven't even started work on that. We're still digging pots. And now, you'll accompany me to Panama and inspect the new lot.
No, no, Teddy, not to Panama.
Yeah, he goes some other time. Panama, a long way off.
Nonsense. It's just down in the cellar.
Huh?
The cellar.
We let Teddy deal with the Panama Canal down in the cellar.
General Goebbels, as President of the United States, Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, and the man who gave you this position, I insist that you follow me to inspect the new law.
Teddy, I think it's time you went to bed.
I beg your pardon. And just who are you?
I'm Woodrow Wilson. Go to bed.
No, sir, you are not Wilson. But your face is familiar. No one I know now. Perhaps later. On my hunting trip to Africa. Yes, you look like some sort of creature I'll encounter in the jungle.
It's your brother Jonathan, dear.
He had his face changed.
So that's it. A nature failure.
Perhaps you'd better go to bed, Teddy. Jonathan and his friend need to get back to their hotel.
General Goebbels, go inspect the canal.
Well, Mr. President, we go to Panama.
Boy, follow me, Jim. It's down south, you know.
Well, bon voyage.
And Martha, I must correct your misapprehension. You stayed at a hotel. We have no hotel. When we came to Brooklyn, we came directly here.
Well, guess what? There's one 3 blocks down the
And
road.
Martha, this is my home.
Jonathan, you can't stay here. We need our rooms.
You need your rooms.
Yes, yes. Our lodgers.
Are there lodgers here now?
No, not yet, but
Then my room is still free.
Jonathan, there's no room for Dr. Einstein.
Dr. Einstein will room with me.
No, Jonathan. I'm afraid you can't stay here.
You remember this afternoon that I could be quite disagreeable as a child? I would hate for something to happen from not being able to stay here tonight.
oh, I think it'd be okay if they stay just for one night.
Well, just for tonight.
It's settled. Go make ready the room.
Just needs airing out.
We keep it ready for our lodgers.
Go make ready the room now.
I'm sure you and Dr. Einstein will find it comfortable.
I don't think you appreciate the talent of Dr. Einstein. He's more talented than you realize. In a few weeks, you will see me looking like a very different Jonathan.
He can't operate on you here.
And when he's finished with me, once we resumed our practice, oh yes, I forgot to tell you, We plan on you turning Grandfather's laboratory into an operating room. And we expect to be quite busy.
Jonathan, we will not let you turn this house into a hospital.
A hospital? No. More like a beauty parlor.
Hey, Johnny, down in this.
Oh, Dr. Einstein. My aunties have decided to let us live with them.
Oh, you fixed it.
Well, you're staying here tonight.
Go make ready the room.
Just for tonight.
I said now!
Johnny, down in the cellar. What do you think I find?
What?
The Panama Canal.
Panama Canal.
No, it's a whole teddy bear. It just fits Mr. Spinoza. 6 feet long, 4 feet wide.
Down here?
Yeah, like they knew we were bringing Mr. Spinoza. That's what I call hospitality.
More like a cruel joke we're playing on my aunts. They're going to be living in a house with bodies buried in the cellar.
Yeah, but how do we get him in?
That's right. We can't break it through the door. The window. We'll pull the car between the cemetery and the house. And when everybody's gone to bed, we'll bring him in through the window.
Man, just think, we got a bed tonight, Johnny.
Easy, doctor. You're operating tomorrow. You better be sober.
Oh, don't you worry. I got the tools to make you beautiful. I put a snip here, oh, a snip there. We cut here and I fold it flat over. You will be beautiful, Johnny.
I better be. Or else.
Okay.
Jonathan? Your room is ready.
Good. You two go on to bed. We're going to pull the car around back.
Car's okay where it is until morning.
I don't want to leave the car on the street. It might be against the law.
Abby, what are we gonna do?
Well, we're not going to let them stay more than one night in this house for one thing. I mean, what would the neighbors think? People coming in with one face and going out with another.
Abby, what are we gonna do about Mr. Hoskins?
Oh, I forgot about Mr. Hoskins. It can't be very comfortable for him in there. And he's been so patient, the poor dear. Well, I think we better get Teddy and have him take Mr. Hoskins down to Panama right away.
Abby, I'm not gonna have Jonathan attend the funeral services.
Oh, no. We'll wait till after they've gone to bed and then hold the services.
General Goebbels was very pleased. He says the new lock is just the right size.
Teddy, there's been another yellow fever victim.
Dear me, this will come as quite a shock to the general.
Then we mustn't tell him.
But it's his department.
No, Teddy, we mustn't tell him. It'll just spoil his visit.
I'm sorry, Aunt Abby, it's out of my hands. He must be told. Army regulations, you know.
No, Teddy, we must keep it a secret. Yes.
State secret?
Yes. Yes. A state secret.
Promise?
You have the word of the President of the United States. Cross my heart and hope to die. Now, how are we going to keep this a secret?
Well, Teddy, you go back down to Panama, and then when I turn off the lights, when it's all dark, you come back upstairs and take the poor man back to the canal.
And then we'll come down and hold service.
Yes. Now run along, Teddy.
You may announce the President will say a few words. Now, where is the boy?
He's in the window seat.
Let's be spreading. We've never had yellow fever there.
Martha, when Jonathan and Dr. Einstein get back, let's try to get them to go to bed right away.
And as soon as they're asleep, we'll hold services.
Yes.
Abby, I've never seen Mr. Hoskins.
Oh, that's right. You were out. Well, you just come along and see him now. You know, he's really very good looking, considering he's a Methodist.
We'll bring the luggage in through here.
Jonathan, your room's ready. You can go right up.
We don't keep Brooklyn hours. But you two go on to bed. this time I've come home to take care of the two of you.
But we don't go to
And Martha, I said go to bed. Grab these bags. Leave the instruments down here. We'll take them to the laboratory in the morning. All right. Everyone to bed.